Okay, so welcome. I feel like this is so professional. I'm super excited though to be meeting with you guys in the Mastermind series. So the whole purpose of these calls are to strictly keep it leadership duplication. What I do as a leader, masterminding together to really add more value and the duplication and really keeping each other on track for simplicity. So I'm really going to keep the focus in that area, and we'll kind of refocus if we need to at times. But we will do these calls every 2 weeks, and so that way we're on track. We can prepare for the month ahead. We have a strategy. We're all kind of duplicating the same idea or the same concept, asking questions, coming to the table with questions of how to maybe best help different coaches. We all deal with the same probably leadership struggles. And just really Q&A. So today I want to make sure that we're wrapping up August really strong with Team Cup month, and really going into September with a strategy and a plan of how we can best lead our team and how we can duplicate. Does anybody have any questions before we kind of dive in? I want to make sure this is roundtable. We're all coming together to share. Does anybody have questions or anything to add? Nada. Silence. Okay, so let's go around and have you guys just introduce and just say hey, and some people don't know who each other are. Make sure everybody's comfortable, and just, something about you. So Lori, do you want to start?
Sure. So, hey guys, my name's Lori. I've been coaching for almost a year now. I'm super excited to be a part of this awesome team. A little bit about me. I'm married, have 3 kids who are older, and just in the last month, I am officially coaching full-time from home.
Yay! Awesome. Katie, how about you?
I started coaching March of 2014. And I have 2 little ones, live in Wyoming on a cattle ranch, and trying to stay consistent.
Awesome. Brad?
Hey guys, I'm Brad. I've been a coach for 3 years, and something about me is I really love Pixar movies, and that I'm trying to think of something else. And then I'm really excited to come see you guys next month, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And I'm really excited for this group because leadership and duplication is something that I struggle with a lot. And I think it's something that this will be really, really helpful. So thanks for putting this together.
Awesome. Jordan, are you in a space to be able to say?
I am. I'm driving, so you see the top of my car. Hi, everybody. My name is Jordan Duvall. I have been coaching, I guess almost 3 years. I was a lead, so for everyone who gets leads, call your leads, email your leads. You never know who you're going to get. I definitely have been going through the leadership duplication challenges myself as well, and just sort of not knowing why coaches aren't off to the ground running. I was just let's do this, and I just don't understand why other people aren't like that, and I don't understand if I'm not conveying information well, or it's the personality, or where the disconnect is. About me, I'm married, I have a toddler. I love photography. I want to get back to shooting again when I am coaching full-time. And I work full-time in entertainment advertising. And I enjoy my job, and it's great, but, want to ultimately leave Los Angeles and move to a smaller town and buy a house. So that is my reason for getting up at 4:45 every morning and just pushing through the nose. So that's me.
I love it. Tanya?
Hey, Tanya. I'm Tanya, and I have 3 kids, married, and then I have this unruly little new puppy that will not stop crying. And my daughter just threw him in my office and took off running because she didn't want to take care of him. So now I'm like, well, stop crying. I've been a coach for 4.5 years, but I would say that I probably didn't really dive in until 3.5 years ago. My biggest struggle is I have a very large team with a lot of leaders, and trying to find the balance of continuing to grow my business as well as helping my leaders grow their businesses and new coaches. There's just a lot of them, and I don't work full time. I only will work 20 hours a week at the most, because that's how I want my life designed. And so sometimes that presents a big challenge with a large team. So being super efficient with the time that I have and making sure I continue to help them grow, and myself too.
Awesome. All right, Ashley? I'm like going in category, whose box is where. Ashley Haney, are you available to say anything? Maybe not. Chris?
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you? You look all beautiful.
Oh, thanks. I actually put makeup on and did my hair today because we're going to the grocery store. That's like the big outing. Yeah, I know, right? That's
out of the office event. Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of that, I've been a coach about 5 years and was a full-time stylist before that. And now I get to stay home and just be a full-time mom and a part-time coach, and live with my boyfriend who's a police officer. So that's added some new things in my life that are a little bit challenging for our life, but you deal with it. And then I just started homeschooling my daughter last year because now I'm home and I'm able to do that. So that's been a really fun new thing for us in our life.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Lots of patience for that one.
Yeah.
All righty. Chelsea?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know where my picture is and I don't know how to get it on, but I'm here. I am Chelsea Davis, and I've been a coach for 2 years, just this July actually, and been in and out of the business. Well, I shouldn't say in and out. I should say I took kind of a step back in October due to my son's health, but I've never actually stopped working the business. I've continued to hit Success Club, and I should say be present. I check in one-on-one with my coaches more so than I do in my team page. So like Brad said, something I struggle with is leadership and duplication. And I'm really hoping that this group will help me find that driving force again, to want to reach out and find more coaches again. I felt like for the last couple of months or so, I really haven't done a lot of recruiting because I didn't feel like I was in it as much as I should be, but I'm back. My son's doing a lot better. Hopefully we're on the right path to get him where he needs to be. And what else? Oh, I love to run. I'm super excited for Hood to Coast with Team Rock Hard Bodies in just 2 days. Woohoo!
Woohoo! That's awesome. We're gonna have fun. All righty. So I kind of was taking some fast notes just on things that you guys shared too. So we're going to, if there's any other topics, I'm going to go through and talk about simplicity daily and efficiency and keeping recruiting simplified. Another thing I think from what I got from you guys is that you have control over your actions and your choices and what you can do on a very simple level to build your business. With efficiency, another thing that I wrote down is finding your happiness daily. And as we go into a leader, we tend to stop finding our happy, and we're trying to make everybody else happy. And then we lose our excitement. And then another thing is obviously duplication. A big thing we've been talking about in the leadership page is duplication and rewards, and how to keep that simple and exciting and fun. Does that sound good?
Great.
Quick run through. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is simplicity daily and efficiency. So I'm going to kind of pair the first two, your choice, your actions, how and what can you do to build your business daily with simplicity, efficiency. and part of our vital behaviors. And I think the National Wake Up Call this last week was perfect. When Megan Eggleston talked about, when she first started off, she just started doing the things. Like, she wasn't planning on building a business. She just wanted to help as many people as she could, and how by just taking the actions, she started accomplishing those goals. And I really felt like that was exactly my story I remember specifically telling Lisa, like, I don't know how to build a business. I'm not here to build a business. I'm not worried about the money. I want to be able to help as many people as I could. And going into it with that mentality, I started making money, and I started achieving accolades and rewards that I had no idea how I even achieved. And I think so much we put stress and pressure on ourselves to achieve these rewards and these accolades, which are great. We need to have those as milestones, but we really need to be focused on what makes us happy each and every day, and what we can do to build our business and not depend on other people building our business. Now, granted, we are all leaders on this call, and in order to build a big business, we have to duplicate, but that has to be simple, and we can't overcomplicate. And I think one of the struggles that we have in Beachbody is they're so good at coming out with new systems, and we are all so good at seeing what everybody else is doing and thinking that we need to do something like that, or we need to change something up, when really what we're doing is working for us. We just start losing sight of what we're doing because we're watching everybody else. Can you guys agree with me on that?
Yeah.
So I think that we need to refocus on our road, our journey, stay connected as a team to keep each other accountable. This is our mastermind. This is our safe place. This is our place to really keep focus. I have no problem calling you guys out. I have no problem, because you guys all know I love you. I want to help you. I want to see you succeed into having huge success, whatever that looks like for you. But I also know, first and foremost, we are the very first person in our own way, and nobody else. And nobody else can fix anything except for us. We have to own our shit, and we have to step up, and we have to do something different. So in order to keep things simple and efficient, I'm just going to share with you guys what I do. Every single day, I am still massively inviting. I'm still massively following up. For me personally, I tried the coach sneak peeks and open houses multiple times. I still, I tried doing the challenge group opportunity and preview of that. Like, those are awesome for a couple months, and then they phase out. I never had any sort of great success. All of my success and greatness in hearing yeses is me just massively inviting and going for no's. Because at the end of the day, I have control of that. And think about this. I was telling somebody yesterday, when you get thrown into, whatever, buying something, or when you're thrown into a huge party and you don't even know who the person is putting on the party, are you really going to go search them out? Or are you going to enjoy the party and then leave? Like, usually if there's a lot of people, you're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to enjoy what's there, and then you're out. And so think of a situation where you go into these events like the Coach Open House and the sneak peeks into the challenge groups. It's no longer personal. You're trying to help mass numbers of people, when really you're helping nobody. Just like I said with coaching, as your team gets bigger, I wanted to help everybody in the downline and make sure everybody got what they needed, when really I wasn't serving anybody. And at the end of the day, when I stop and think about Bob Lucido and Keith Callahan and our upline, and think like, oh gosh, they have, they might have not huge rank advancements, but dude, they're killing it in the business, and why is that? Because they work with the people that want it, and they spend their time with the willing, and then they put their head down and they do the work. Now, you have control of what you can do. You don't have control of anybody else. So if you're here and you don't have a leader that wants to lead and wants to do something with the business, then guess what? You bust your ass, you put your head down, you invite more, you follow up more, and you get yourself uncomfortable. And a simple way that I have been recruiting, that has been what I did at the beginning and what I've gotten back to, is just massively inviting to my challenge groups, and then turning around, and naturally I'm finding people that would be amazing coaches, and I'm presenting the opportunity. And last week I had 3 people that signed up as a coach. And if I would have just presented it as a coach opportunity, I wouldn't have gotten that bite. I guarantee you. For me, it's so comfortable. It's so easy to find the challenge groups, to find people that want to join my challenge, because that's what I started off with, helping people with their health and fitness. But for me, it's gotten so much bigger in wanting to change people's life and really show them how they can have time with their kids and they can create a life by design if they're willing to step up and put the work in. And so keep it simple. Bring it back to what you have control of and what can you do differently. And when you put your hopes in other coaches on your team to get you to different points in your business that are going to increase your income, guess what? It's the biggest letdown when that falls through, or when they get it and hold it for a hot second and then it falls off. It's super stressful. It's very defeating. I know you guys all know what that feels like, so I don't even need to explain that one. What is it that makes you happy? Like if you could just take a moment and write down, like start brain dumping right now, things that make you happy every single day, and write those down. I want you guys to take a minute and do it. Okay, keep writing. I want you to share really quickly. We're going to make this fast. I'll start. So remember, leaders always start. So when you do these calls with your leaders, you start everything. That was something that was taught to me. So things that make me happy. What makes me happy is getting my work done early in the morning, so I'm not stressed all day long. I know my work's done. I could be fully present with my children. And that means doing my invites and my follow-ups and answering my messages. Playing and just being with my family. I don't even care what we're doing, just being with my family, with my husband. I don't even care if we're just sitting there stinking up the room. That's what makes me happy. Getting a really good workout in every single day and sweating my butt off. And helping those that are hungry, helping those, whether it's in health and fitness, whether it's with the business, whatever it is, helping those that are willing to put in the work for it and are willing to be a student, and then traveling. Who wants to go?
I'll go. I wrote down Denise is number 1. Any single time I get to spend with her is just friggin' awesome. However that pain in the ass is not. Getting a really good workout, like Jesse said. Also teaching group fitness. It's very empowering. I love the feeling of making someone else push to be better, and I can think that goes along with coaching. I love feeling, this might sound weird, I love feeling like I made somebody else smile. Like I really, really love that feeling. I love it when I'm really happy when I feel like I'm taking a step in the right direction, even if that's like one challenge pack sale, or if that's like one coach that had an aha moment when I was talking with them one-on-one, like a feeling of progress. Like Jessica said, getting work done early. And then also I absolutely am in love with public speaking. That really makes me happy too. So that's me.
Awesome. Anybody else want to share?
I can go.
Okay.
I love feeling healthy completely, not just physically, but like emotionally and mentally healthy, just all of that encompassing one word of health.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I get up every day and do my workouts, and personal development is just, I love that feeling of knowing like, I feel so good today.
Yeah.
The second thing is accomplishing something I set out to do makes me very happy, which is also my biggest struggle, because if I set out to accomplish something and I don't accomplish it, I am like a wreck. I'm a mess. So I don't know if it's a problem of like setting my accomplishments too big, and then I let myself down, or what that is. But even something simple like today, I want to accomplish, X, Y, Z. It could have nothing to do with the business. It could just be, I want to organize my closet, or I want to clear out the barn, or clean my car. And then when you get that done, you're like, oh, that felt good. The next thing is being 100% free to do the things I want to do. That makes me very happy, because I lived 25 years being strapped to a full-time business that took every minute of my day. It devoured my family. And so having that freedom to do whatever I wanted to do in the day makes me happy. Like, maybe I want to clean my car today. That's my accomplishment for the day, and work out, so those all three kind of encompass each other. And then the last thing that makes me really happy is traveling. I love to just travel and go
Awesome.
anywhere. Yeah. So that's one issue we're kind of having, like with Erin's job, is it's very consuming. Now we're back to having a schedule we're kind of strapped to. So it makes it hard to do that, to live out that thing. And but that's what we're working on. That's kind of my next goal, is to be able to bring him home so we can travel, because he likes that feel. So, and that makes us happy.
That's awesome. I love that. The accomplishing, I think, is a huge part. I think as leaders, I think we can all, especially type A personalities, I should just say that. Like, I think you're dead on with what you shared there.
Thanks.
Who else wants to share?
I'll share.
Okay.
So my first is my children, and getting to spend the time with them as a stay-at-home mom, work-from-home mom. Getting an amazing workout in first thing in the morning usually makes me feel the best. Getting my work done earlier in the day, I find, is making me happier. For pretty much the majority of the 2 years that I've been coaching, I usually do it after everybody goes to sleep, and I stay up for a good 3 or 4 hours, and that's when I get the majority of my work done. It's the easiest and the most focused work, but I am finding that getting it done earlier in the day is less stressful for me. Sharing my love for fitness with those that are open for the opportunity, I'm really noticing is like lighting a fire under my butt. Knowing I am changing my life physically, mentally, and spiritually, and growing with my husband.
That's awesome. Anyone else?
I'll go.
Okay.
So of course, I'm spending time with my family, and now what makes me completely happy is now that I'm home, I'm able to work my schedule around what's ever going on with my daughter. So if she has appointments or practice to get to in the morning, I'm able to be 100% present with her, and then work afterwards, and then be present again when my husband gets home at the end of the day. Accomplishing goals for me is something that absolutely makes me happy. Setting a goal and crushing it is an amazing feeling. And then being able to help others do the same thing is another thing that makes me completely happy. Being outdoors, if I can sit outside and work with the sunshine on my face, that makes me completely happy. And I guess just the freedom of time right now is what I'm soaking up and being happy about.
That's awesome. There's a huge thread of similarities, I will say. I'm taking notes. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I love going to personal development conferences. That has definitely become a addiction of mine. I love sleep, but I do not get enough of it. I love meditation, and I need to be more consistent with that. I do love getting my power hour done early, which happens rarely because I work full time. I love traveling. I love taking pictures. I love being with my family. I love seeing, like, when I talk to coaches beyond just like, oh, hit Success Club or whatever, when I can talk to them and really help them understand that it's so much more than like the how-tos, that it's really about what is that thing that you want for your life, even if it's just something that you can see now. What is that vision that you have for your life? And when I can see the light bulb turn on, and then I can see that fire lit, that's really gratifying. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Anyone else?
I can go. I love date nights. My husband and I have been married for a long, long time, and with 3 kids, getting a date night is absolutely like the highlight of my week. My kids, of course, I have 3 of them, and I actually love getting individual time with each of them, and just having that one-on-one time. Traveling is like one of our favorite things to do. We traveled, Europe last year, and we're able to run our business there, and we travel a ton. And I love that I can just work my business from wherever we are. Of course, being present and not distracted. If I don't get my workout done in the morning, I'm a bitch, and my whole family knows. Like they know that, like, don't talk to mom till she's had a workout. It's just a fact of life. So that's one of my things. It helps set the tone for my day, and it's better than drinking. So I'll just be honest here. People ask me, they're like, why do you work out so much? I'm like, so that I don't drink too much wine. Just the way it is. You gotta be honest.
We're talking about honesty here.
Yep, gotta be honest. One of my biggest things is I really, really like my whole goal of my business is helping women regain their confidence, which is what happened for me. And so working with women and seeing them hit their goals and regaining confidence, whether it's just to wear like a new dress that they never thought they could wear, a swimsuit, or just having the confidence to like go out and apply for new jobs, whatever it is. Whatever it means to them, seeing women grow their confidence and being a part of that it inspires me so much. And that's probably like one of my biggest things with the business. And then, of course, my clients and coaches hitting their goals. I love watching other people hit their goals and seeing how it affects their lives. So
That's awesome. Anybody else? Katie, you want to share? Are you in a bad time?
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
My potty training son just pooped his pants, so,
Oh, shoot.
that was my own MIA. Real life, right?
Totally.
What am I sharing? I missed a lot.
We are sharing what makes us happy.
Oh, this group, like this community, the coaching community makes me happy. And being home with my family makes me happy, and being able to just jump in the car and go for a road trip if we want to. Fly out to Oregon for the last week, and not have to worry about calling into work and, taking time off or whatever. Working out makes me happy, and eating really good food.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? Just being with my family.
That's awesome. All right. I think Ashley's at a space that she said her audio's not working. Okay, Ashley, if you chime in, just holler. Okay, so huge thread of consistency there, which will help with your happiness, your balance, your time management, your efficiency, and the growth of your business. Let me share with you guys. Each one of you guys is happy when you get a workout in, you get a good sweat, when you can take care of your body in a way, whether it's mentally, physically, or with nutrition, right? Each one of you guys said something about that. That's one of our vital behaviors. 2, another consistent one was getting your work done early. So if you're not getting your work done early, you need to switch that up and make that a priority. Refocus, rebalance your schedule so that can happen. Because the overwhelming feeling and the constant nagging in your brain of what still needs to get done all day long is going to cause you to not be present for each one of those family members that each one of you guys said you loved to spend time with and that brought you happiness. I know first and foremost, when I don't get all my work done in the morning, and I have just 2, maybe 3 things lagging. I'm trying to get them done all day long, so I'm not present with my loved ones. I hate that feeling. I'm snippy, I'm irritable, and it's because of my lack of time management. That's me. I can wake up earlier. I can put whatever I want on me. It's nobody else's fault but my own. So get your work done early. Helping those, you guys each said something about making an impact in other people's lives, helping those that want the success. I want you guys to think about how you can leave your mark on somebody else's life. How can you leave your mark? What is your mark? So when you think about, Gary Vee talks about, don't talk about what you want now and work towards where you want to go. Talk about as if your life is over, everything is ended, and how do you want it to play out? And I love that. I love that because it's like you're not chasing anything. You're acting as if it's already all here. You're living your life how you want to live, and you're busting your buns and enjoying it and finding the happiness in each and every day. When you have people walk up to you and say, you know what, I'm so incredibly happy for you because I can see that you absolutely love what you do. You are happy all the time. Happiness reaps out of your skin, out of your posts, out of your body. Your family's going to feel it. Your friends are going to feel it. Your challengers are going to feel it. Your coaches are going to feel it. And you can't force that. That's nothing you can force. You can't force yourself to be happy. You have to make yourself happy. Nobody else can make yourself happy, make you happy. You have to make yourself happy before you can make anybody else happy. And when other people add happiness, guess what? You become happier. That's a fact. You can't depend on your spouse, your significant other to make you happy. You have to make yourself happy. And then when they make you happier, guess what? You're better. It's icing on the cake. When your kids are happy, you know what? When your kids wake up with a bad day, you're able to handle it in a really, I should say, professional way, in a better way than if you didn't get your workout done, if you didn't get your work, your power hour done, and your kids wake up and they're like, Mom, this, and you're like, just shut up. You know, like, I'm trying to do this. Nobody wants to be like that. Crabby panties. Nobody wants to be crabby. And it makes you feel sick and like irritable so figure out how you can leave your mark on somebody else's life and everybody around you. And that doesn't have to happen when, in just one way. It's a process of how can you leave your mark on people's life? How can you add more value? And this is for you to duplicate to your coaches. How can your coaches bring that to the table? How can they leave their mark on other people's life? What is it that makes them happy? And talk more about that. Do more of those things because you are going to take more action in your invites and your follow-ups because of that. Each one of you guys said something about time with family, your relationships, cultivating those relationships, having quality time, and you really value that time. You really enjoy the freedom. So guess what? Freedom doesn't come free. You got to work your butt off for it. So don't you ever, as a leader, think that because you've gotten to a certain point, meaning that you can sit back all fat and sassy and not do anything. Because I will come to your house and slap you around. It's like you are here for a reason. You owe that to your team. You set your own hours. You live your life by design, but you step up to the plate. And you own it. You're not going to work with coaches that have, that are just like you. You're going to work with all different sorts of people. And guess what? You got to put your pride aside, your ego aside, and how can you serve them at the level they're at with respecting yourself? Put yourself aside in those instances, and how can you serve your coach and add more value? Okay, so cultivating those relationships, growing and building relationships so you can fill your cup up, because that's something that's going to fill your cup up when you have great relationships, when people have your back, when people want to be around you, you want to spend time with people, and people want to spend time with you. That's going to fill your cup up and help you just overflow, because you're leaving your mark on somebody else's life, whether it's your children, your spouse, your friends, your coaches, your challengers. How can you add value into somebody else's life? And then with all of that, you're going to have good time management because you're sticking to your priorities of what make you happy. And you're taking massive action in order to do that. Now, the last thing that I want to add here, majority of you guys said travel. Now, the whole reason that I decided to put on this cruise is because that's what makes me happy. And do you notice a common theme with all of you guys? You guys all love to travel too. So, I remember watching Lindsay Matway a couple of years ago take her coaches on this cruise, and I'm like, oh my gosh, really? How the heck does somebody do that? And to being able to have an opportunity for us to each pitch in comes back to the first thing of duplication and reward. Now, I'm not here to tell you what you have to do, how much money you have to spend. I'm not that person. But I will be honest in telling you that any sort of reward that I put out there sure as heck did not mean that I had the money to do so at the time. It was an investment into my business that I made trusting the process. And I can tell you that every single investment I've made has paid for itself over and over again. Everything starts off small. You put something out there that's big, that's scary, that's uncomfortable, that you can't quite afford, but guess what? You're going to push. You're going to push harder. You are going to work with your coaches. You are going to get out there when you don't want to get out there and do things that you don't want to do to build your business in ways that you had never done before. When you can incentivize with something that makes you happy, guess what? Other people start getting happy and excited about it. So I want you to stop and think about any time in this business on our team that there's been an incentive or a reward. What is it that initially excites you? What kind of reward motivates you and excites you? Write it down. Motivates you, excites you. It might not be something that you participated in, but what was it when I first posted, you were like, oh my gosh, that would be super awesome. And don't lie to yourself. Just write it down. Big or small, Success Club prize, trips, vacations, leadership retreats, Tony Robbins, whatever it is, write it down. Things that you as a leader get excited about. And those things that you wrote down, I challenge you to duplicate. Now, if you wrote down travel, guess what? Let me just tell you, when you put something out there that is so scary and you make it so achievable for them to participate in and they get excited about it, they're going to keep growing. They're going to keep building their business. I remember my sister saying, Jessie, you are crazy. Why are you making this cruise for diamonds that hit Success Club? Why are you making it so easy? I'm like, because do you know a diamond that hits Success Club that's going to want to go on a cruise by themselves? I don't. I don't want to go on a cruise by myself. I want to take my husband. I want to take my kids. So I want to know what I need to do to get to that point, because I don't know anybody on this team that wants to step on a cruise by themselves. They want to have somebody with them, take somebody with them, enjoy the party, whatever it is, right? They want to go with somebody, or they're going to push to have that opportunity. That is what is going to grow your business. That is what is going to excite you to grow your business. You're not depending on anybody else. You're not pulling. You're not pushing. You're working with the willing. People are reaching out to you. I don't have any diamond training going on. I'm not talking to people about rank advancement. I'm not doing anything but answering questions to those people that want to go on that cruise. That's it. That's it. People either want it or they don't. But you know what? I sure as hell am excited to go. So think about that. You know, we're going to be doing another one in 2017. I would love for you guys, for us to plan this together, for us to do this together and, you know, figure out requirements, spend time working on these things, because each one of you guys are motivated to travel. We have lots of years down the road for ourselves, for our team. What can we do together to excite us, to make ourselves happy, to spend more time with the people we love, and to build our business in such an efficient, effective way that is fun, that's exciting, and that we get to live our life by design? If you had one coach go, what does that look like for you? If you had two coaches go, what does that look like for you? Think about that. Down to the Success Club rewards. If you guys participated, I think it was 2 years ago, I was doing monthly coach groups for the whole downline. All we were talking about is like who we are inviting and just basic power hour stuff, right? But I did on the cover photo every month, Success Club 5, Success Club 10. Sometimes I added Success Club 5 plus 2 new coaches, Success Club 10 plus 4 new coaches, right? So automatically, whether they were discount coaches or business builders, and they would get a prize. Now, I was doing this for the whole downline because, like I said, I made the mistake before of trying to help everybody and their brother and drew the line in the sand, personally sponsored coaches only, and I'm asking you guys to duplicate, and I'm sharing with you what I'm doing. So I'm getting back to that because, number one, I love to give. It makes me happy. I enjoy that. But I also know that rewards motivate a huge chunk of people, whether you want to admit it or not. When you can earn something by doing the basic behaviors, you're going to push for it. How many people want a shaker cup versus go for no? Me? I'd rather have a shaker cup over a book. I don't like to read. So I'm going for 5. You know, you're going to push people. Guess what? If you don't have a leader and you have all discount coaches and you post that up month after month, don't even expect that somebody is going to hit it. Put it up there, post in your team page, share what you're doing, and then one day, something on that picture is going to motivate somebody in your group. You don't have to tell them what they need to do, how they need to get there. They just need to know, how do I earn that prize? You help 3 people with a challenge pack, sign 2 of them as coaches. Or how about just help 3 people with a challenge pack? Guess what happens? When you help more coaches get excited about hitting Success Club, you're going to get closer to your goals. Volume, elite, premier, whatever that looks like for you. Change it up. Have fun with it. Make these things exciting. Make the monthly gifts something that is still a little challenge. Yeah, the shaker cup is like 19 or 20 bucks. But wouldn't you pay 19 or 20 bucks to 1 or 2 or 3 coaches hitting Success Club 10? If they consistently did that, wouldn't you put something out there a little bit better to keep them performing at that level? To excitement, because you know what? After 4, 5, 6 months of hitting Success Club 10, they're not gonna stop hitting Success Club 10 because guess what? They see the benefit of it. I remember Amanda nodding, saying, I don't know that I would have seen the value in hitting Success Club if it wasn't for that monthly coach group and those prizes. I was working towards earning that prize. That's what was motivating me. And month after month, I started seeing the benefit. I was starting to pay bills because of achieving that goal month after month. Duplicate that. Rewards and incentives are huge in this business. They're motivating. Sometimes people get so far off on these big, huge goals that really they need to be excited about smaller goals, achieving them, celebrating them, being recognized for them, to want to push forward. Keep them excited. Keep them happy. Recognize them. Reward them. Celebrate them. I started a month ago or the month before last, not only recognizing rank advancements every week, but leadership ladder. Whether you move up on the leadership ladder, wherever you are on the leadership ladder, each month, when the 5th comes out, all the new rungs are out on the leadership ladder. Guess what? You are celebrated and recognized for the level that you're at for that last month. Whether you stay there or not, guess you still need to be celebrated if you're, a team builder or a team leader. Even if you were a team builder or team leader last month, you know what? That's freaking awesome. You get celebrated for it. Every single month, you find that in your online office, your sponsorship drill down. Scroll over, it'll say last month leadership ladder. So we've kind of broke down the duplication rewards. The other thing, this isn't about rewards, but duplication that I noticed at the Tony Robbins event was that I noticed a huge theme as we were going around, all 25 of us introducing ourselves, saying where we came from. There's a huge theme in our business for customer leads turning into freaking amazing coaches. Also, another theme was workout groups. So occasionally, I like to be around people. That's no joke, obviously. It excites me. I push harder in my workouts when I'm around other people. And I have fun. It's something that I can change up and add in, and I'll do a workout group. And so, maybe I'll do a live workout challenge group where obviously it's only local people, but I'm doing this specific program, and we'll follow that program and meet up maybe once or twice a week. It's just that accountability, that time together, that building the relationship, the connecting. I never talked about coaching. Lori is one of them, actually, one of the leaders on the call. I did a size challenge group when that came out. We were meeting at Tros, if you guys are local. Under the covered area, I brought my laptop. I plugged in the DVDs and put it, actually, I think I brought my ladder. I brought a ladder and put my laptop on the ladder. It was really sweet. And nothing professional. We just had tons of fun. And we would do videos. This was before Facebook Live was around. We would do videos. We would take pictures together. I would tag them in the posts. I would do their measurements. I would weigh them in and did it afterwards, before and after pictures. And we had tons of fun. And I think it helped me hit Success Club. I actually think it started in August the year before, right? I think it was August, yes. And it was coming out of Summit. And so that was super exciting. And then they didn't want to stop. And then we went to 21 Day Fix Extreme, and the weather started getting crummy, and we started meeting inside my garage, and that didn't look pretty. But we did it. There was like no excuses. And eventually life gets crazy busy. You have to slow down, cut things out. That was something that we had to cut out for a period of time. But guess what? In between there, little did I know, I was planning our leadership retreat, and I was talking about the leadership retreat, the diamond retreat that we were going to Bend for. And naturally, that's just how I talked. That was what was in my mind. And in doing so, and then, talking about what we did and just kind of sharing with them, 2 coaches came out of it, Brianna Shank and Lori Sutherland. And I'm pretty sure there was only like 5 of us in the group. And I might have been one of the 5. That's 50% ratio. I never even invited them, actually invited them for coaching. They just saw what it was about. But I walked in with no intention of that happening. I was just me. I was me. I was excited. I was happy. That's what interested them. Same with the customer leads. Customer leads, most of them we don't ever hear back from. Brad, perfect example. I haunted his ass down for quite a long time. He didn't answer the phone. He denied so many things, called BS on me, wanted to know every in and out. Look where he's at. Text people. You guys email. You can send email, but honestly, think about this day and age. Email is not the first go-to people use. It's text message and it's social media, right? Or just pick up the phone, surprise somebody. Leave them a voicemail. Think about that. Think about that simplicity, that duplication, and how even the club membership and getting the customer leads can build volume in your business. I don't know if sometimes I forget about that. Those little things, that was something ingrained in us from Bob and Keith at the very beginning. People that are on club membership, you guys, that's huge volume in your business. People that are hitting Success Club and that are Emerald and reaping the benefits of customer leads. Hell, you push for Success Club 10 and you get $50 to $100 in Shakeology lead orders. What happened to that excitement? That's a huge reason why I was pushing for 10. When I first started, I wanted the money leads. I wanted to be able to grow. So, when you think about duplication, write those things down. Share these things with your team. Talk about, have these call to actions with your leaders, whether it's one-on-one or it's in a mastermind. If you have like 2 or 3 or more leaders, get together just like this and have your own mastermind. And do it, try to do it like right after these so you're fired up and everything's on your mind. And just duplicate. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. Duplicate it. And when you do, you're going to find the people that are going to step up. You can't force people. I can't force you guys to get on this call. I can't force you guys to do the work. But I can tell you, if you take a good, long, hard look in yourself, are you truly, honestly duplicating everything that I'm doing? Everything that I'm sharing? And are you willing to on your level? What I do now is different than what I did 2 years ago, because I get excited and happy about different things. So some of those recognitions, some of that reward shifts and changes, but it's constantly there. When I'm able to give more, you bet your butt I'm giving more, because I love to do that. And I don't even know what we're on. The biggest thing too to keep in mind is to stay humble, no matter what. No matter what, stay humble. How can you do for other people? And I know at the beginning of the call, I was talking about this being a leadership call, and you can't expect your team to get you where you want to go. When you go in and you have that mentality, you're not being humble. You're expecting. That comes out in your messages, that comes out, reaps out in messages, in your Facebook, and everything that you do. When you can stop and truly spend time being grateful, being truly grateful for where you're at and what you have, and the excitement for where you're going, and you truly believe it, you're going to have huge success. And that's going to keep you humble. There's always room for us to improve. There's always room for us to give more, to be more of a servant's heart, to invite more. Tanya was telling me when we were in Nashville, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've already shared this multiple times. She was cold inviting you guys, like old school, cold inviting to people that were new friends on her Facebook or people that she hadn't talked to in a really long time. She put herself in the invite, and she invited somebody privately through face message, and she really didn't know this person at all. And guess what? They were on the verge of wanting to take their life. They lost sight of what made them happy. They lost sight for who they were. And guess what? What would have happened? I don't even want to think what would have happened. To think that a message of inviting somebody to participate in a health and fitness challenge group because you took the time to message somebody is freaking amazing and priceless. I mean, it gives me the chills reading like that. That just like makes me sick to my stomach to think about. So step aside, step away, and stop getting in your own head and just invite. Because the more people you invite, the more opportunity you have to help people and have an impact in their life. The more opportunity you're going to find people that are like you, that are hungry, and they want more than just to improve their health and fitness. So I want you guys to schedule calls with your team, with your leadership. And these are the things, the bullet points we talked about. Simplicity daily with efficiency and keeping recruiting simplified. That was just inviting with mass challenge group invites and finding those people that could add more value to your team, that would do better with coaching or have that opportunity. The other thing we talked about was your choice, your actions, how and what you can do to build your business yourself. That's massive invites, massive follow-ups, scheduling your business first thing in the morning because that's what makes you happy. The other thing we talked about was finding your happy daily. Have them write down what makes them happy. Talk about that. Draw that out of them. And make sure they're sticking to it. The fourth thing we talked about was duplication of rewards. Rewards, gifts, motivation, customer leads, live challenge groups. And then part of the time management piece was me taking notes with you guys in what makes you happy. And that was getting your sweat on, getting your workout in, taking care of yourself mentally and physically, and truly leaving your mark on other people's lives. Getting your power hour done early. Really cultivating and growing the relationships, and spending time with the family and the friends that you love. And then travel. So that is a lot of information. I know I have a lot of notes, and I was doing most of the talking here today. So we have a few more minutes. So we have just a couple more minutes. So what do you guys have to add? Let's see here. I'm missing something in this comments.
Can I review the 4 things you just said really quick to take back to my team? So simplicity in the business. So break it down to just work on getting people in challenge groups and find coaches within that. That's basically what you're saying. That was number 1.
Yep.
Number 2 is your choices and your actions daily, as in schedule your power hour, find your happy, get your workout in.
Yeah, you have control.
Only you have control of that. Okay.
Yep.
And then the third is duplicating and rewards, or recognition and rewards. I can't read my own.
So, no. So you merged the second one with finding your happy. So the second one, which is totally fine. The second one was your choice, your actions. So only you have control of building your business and getting to where you want to go.
Okay. It's all about you, not everybody, not what you can make everybody else do.
Yep.
Leading by example, pretty much.
Yep.
Okay, so duplication and rewards.
So the third one was finding your happy daily. What makes you happy?
Oh, okay.
And then the fourth one was duplication and rewards with, even your challenge groups, customer leads, your coaches, Success Club rewards. And then we talked about the travel in there too. Okay. And shoot, there was something else when we were repeating that kind of triggered me on number 2, your choice, your actions, what you can do to build
time management with that.
On
number 2. Scheduling a power hour, scheduling time to follow up.
Early.
Yeah.
And that for you guys, that's what went together with you guys, because all of you guys said it was nice to get that's what made you happy, to get it done early.
I do have to say though, I want to just, if I have a quick minute.
Yeah.
I have never been a 5 a.m. person ever, like in my salon career day. If you told me I had to get up at 5 a.m. every day and get ready to go to the salon, I'd have been like, I'm tapping out. That is not a business I want to do. And then when I became a coach, that was the only time I could do it. I had to get up at 5 a.m. to make it work, because that was the only time of day I could afford to fit it in.
Yeah.
So now, fast forward 5 years later, I don't have to go to a salon every day. I don't have to do anything all day. Like, I'm home all day. I took a nap yesterday in the middle of the day. It was so awesome. But I'm still getting up at 5 a.m. And I don't have to. I do it because I want to. And for a while, like at the beginning of summer, I'm like, I don't need to get up at 5 a.m. because Macy doesn't have school now. I'm homeschooling her, so in the summer we don't have school. Aaron's schedule was different, and it was like, I don't have to get up at 5 a.m. I'm going to sleep in. And that lasted about 3 weeks. I felt so disorganized and disconglomerated. And I felt all day like, oh my God, now I'm catching up. And I was like, screw that. And I went back to my 5 a.m. But my sister is always like, I can't believe you get up at 5 a.m. because you are not the 5 a.m. person. But it feels so good to have everything done. I'm done by like 7, and then off for the day. So
I totally agree. And the thing is, it's not that we don't, we have all day. Sometimes though, I felt like when I have too much time, I'm less organized. So I have to be more organized with my time because I have too much time on my hands then. And I want to fill it up with what I want to fill it up. So I need to bust everything out and get everything done first thing in the morning. So I'm not thinking about it all day, because naturally that type A, that leader mentality is like, do more, do more, do more, do more. And you have to be okay with writing down everything you need to do. And the thing I identified when I'm okay and what makes me feel good is when I check off those 20 invites and those 20 follow-ups, I'm like, yeah, like totally nailed it, crushed it. Like I'm like flying high on that. The other thing, I know what I was going to add into your actions, your choices on number 2 is use your team page as your accountability in your business. Share in your team page. Make sure all of your personally sponsored coaches, your discount coaches are in there, and share what you're doing and keep it simple. Because when you do, people might not pay attention. They might not give a rat's butt about what you're doing because they're a discount coach, but they are going to see the simplicity of how you build your business and what you're doing. And as they see you traveling, and as they see you happy, and as they see you growing your business and being recognized and rewarded, they're going to start wanting a little piece of what you're doing. I've had 3 discount coaches in the last 7 or 8 months. They've been discount coaches for 2, 3, one was over 4 years. And it was like I barely even had to train them because they've been stalking the team page for that long a period of time. And we always say, don't ever discount your discount coaches. And we do. It's on, we got to keep doing more. When you can take that time and snapshot your gap, your goal activity planner, or snapshot hey, invited 20 people, followed up with 20 people, and busted out, my power hour this morning. So excited to enjoy the day. Something like that, just jack people up and get people to participate, and know that when I started doing that, when I broke off and created my own PS coach page, that it was crickets in there. You guys were in there. You have to get into a routine of being a part of a group, and the group has to add value in order for you guys to check it out. Right? There's so many freaking groups that you have to really find value in it. So people aren't going to come to the page unless you're providing value, unless there's a reason for them to be excited and to show up. Right? So share what you're doing and make sure everybody is in there, and occasionally tag people on something that's super amazing that they need to hear about, and give them the opportunity to reap that reward. The one-on-one calls. I work one-on-one because I know that adds value, but I also know not everybody takes advantage of that. I have the morning mastermind every Monday that I do 1 time a week, 5:30. And I can identify the 2 people that usually show up. The 2 types of people that show up are the people that hit Success Club and are struggling finding recruiters, or they're working their business and showing up, regularly to do so, but they're having a hard time hitting Success Club. Those are the 2 types of people. That's perfect. That's awesome. That's where they should be. New coaches, I work one-on-one with. Leaders and everybody else, it was like MIA. It was like crickets. Where is everybody? I'm like, they don't need me anymore. They're good. But at the same time, we have to stay connected. We have to add value. I have to figure out how to help and serve you guys at the level that you need. And that's where the Leadership Mastermind came about. So think about that within your teams. I schedule Acuity scheduling. I do 15-minute power calls, and I'm 15 minutes for those coaches that schedule that go in and schedule. I'm 15 minutes. They say what they're grateful for, what they want out of the call. That's what we focus on. So keep it efficient, and effective. Do a mastermind, offer it. If nobody gets on the call, just be consistent. Eventually, and the more you talk about it, the more excited you're going to be. I've had 1 person show up. It was awesome. They got one-on-one time. So figure out what makes you happy. You have control of your schedule. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. Chunk your times together and then create the masterminds of where you need them to be so you're most efficient with your time. But also know that there's some people that need one-on-one. And I have some coaches that I put that acuity scheduling out there, and I remind people, if I haven't talked to you in 2 weeks, to schedule a call. And I have people that say, like, Jesse, I haven't hit Success Club. I haven't been showing up, but I would really love to talk to you because, I'm just at a lull and I really want to get my business going. Hell yeah, I want to talk to you. If you're willing to put in the time and you're willing to reach out to me, I'm willing to give you my time so that I can help you. So think about that. Like, how can you add value? Some of the majority of you guys, when you first sign up, have so many questions. I remember working with so many of you guys asking so many of the same questions over and over again, and look where you're at. I mean, at times you're like wanting to pull your hair out, but guess what? It served you. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes as a coach, we have to step aside and how can we serve our coaches? Because it might seem like people are not getting it or they're asking the same question or whatever. But that's how they're going to learn. That's how you are going to bring value to their life and get them to grow their business. So just stop and reflect on some of those things. Bring your team together, connect with them. This business is all about connecting and building relationships. So really make sure that you're duplicating your leadership calls, that you're meeting, one-on-ones with your new coaches, and that maybe do a mastermind with your coaches that are all those people that are kind of in that middle space. I do live power hours usually. Like, we talk maybe for 10 minutes and then it's live power hour. And they consistently over and over and over again get to see what they need to be doing daily in their business. I think that's all. I think that's it. Does that make sense? Is that helpful? I know this is long.
This was like literally the best leadership call I've ever been on.
Good.
Like, hands down. Like, I have not just overall concepts, but things that I need to do leaving here. And I mean, it's just like, yeah, this is incredibly helpful.
Good. Awesome. And I think that then what I challenge you guys to do is revamp your schedule. Add things in that make you happy, and really do something to reward Success Club 5 and Success Club 10. For me personally, I didn't add new coaches onto this one. I'll do that occasionally, but the thing is to be consistent with that. Change your cover photo every month. Have fun with it. Do something exciting for Success Club 10 so they want to push to that next level. And be consistent every month with it, because when you do, it gives them something to look forward to. That, like, I remember coaches being like, oh, what is she going to do next month? Oh, what's next month's prize going to be? And when I was doing for the whole downline, and after we had done it for months and months and months, and it was something that was like super exciting that everybody wanted, I think total, I spent $270 for everybody in the downline. And I want to say that I sent like 60 to 70 gifts that month. I would not even be sending that many gifts anymore. So you know, like, just think about that. Like, it's like a small little investment every single month that's going to give your business a chance to grow. And those little things are exciting. And share them. Get your coaches to duplicate, because that all is going to help build your volume, build your team, build your paycheck, be more exciting, and get you to be more happy in being able to do more for your team. So awesome. Well, I will post the recording. I'm going to put the recordings actually in that message thread. You don't have to say anything because it'll ding on everybody. But I'm just going to post the recordings. So as you need to go back and listen to the recordings, or refresh based on, before your leadership call, it'll be there. It'll be in that message thread that I'll post it. And then our next one is in 2 weeks, September 6th at 9:15. Awesome. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a great week.
Yes.
Thank you, Jesse. That was awesome.